There you have it, the Fray in the Bing Lounge here today at Kink. Good to see you boys.
You too, yo.
It's a very nice stripped-down version of Heartbeat from the new album Scars and Stories. I'm glad you played that because it gives me a chance to get the backstory. There's a connection between that and the president of Rwanda, and I'm wondering how that happened.
Yeah, my friend took me on a trip to South Africa and Rwanda, and it was kind of a whirlwind 7 days, funded by the label because I was writing. And I did a little bit of writing. And while we were there, we got to meet some amazing people in the capital of Rwanda, Kigali, and met the president, met some survivors, met some expatriate Americans that were living there, and you just get this sense in that city that through all the hell it's been through in the 90s, it's coming back. It's like back on its feet, and you can almost feel this like pulse in the air.
Isaac, it's so good to see you again. We were talking about how long it's been since we saw you last. I think it was 2005, and you'd come to play with just acoustic guitars, and you popped your head in my office and said, "We're a little group from Colorado called the Fray. Would you mind coming and listening to us?" And it was so great because I said to Dave, that band is going to go really far because you had the wherewithal to immediately connect with people individually and tell them who you were and what you were about. Did you have a sense early on that you needed to have that business ethic as well as just playing great indie music at the time?
Well, it wasn't a business ethic that brought me to your office. It was going to be effing awkward in that lobby if nobody was there. And I was like, where are all the people? So I just started knocking. I was like, what are you doing, emails? Would you rather do an email or come see us? We might suck, but it'll be better than a conference call.
No, it was
No, it's funny because I grew up like super sheltered. All of us kind of church sheltered a little bit, but me especially from like great music and good movies and stuff. And I remember locked in the basement of my religion. I remember the first day I was going to start working in a coffee shop. My dad was like, well, have fun meeting the public. Like it was this person and this concept that I'd never really had contact with. And once I started working there, I've worked at this coffee shop in Boulder, Colorado for 5 years, probably off and on. And you get 2 minutes with the person and they're in a really bitchy mood because they haven't had their coffee yet. And if you can get them in that, you know, not like get them, but just like connect with them, then you got it.
It reminds me of your lyrics. You do that with your lyrics, very direct.
I don't get tipped anymore. Thank you.
How would you say, so between the band we met back then and now it's been 5-6 years down the road playing together and working, writing, how would you say the band has changed and evolved?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Well, we all have dogs, so we didn't used to have dogs at the beginning. We were actually supported by our parents.
He's got a cat now.
Oh yeah, we got a cat too.
I moved out of my mom's house.
And Dave's cat's name is Ben Wysocki. Mm-hmm.
Which is his name.
It's a cute cat. It looks like he ran into a wall because his face is just flat. It's really cute.
So you pretty much met all your goals then?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, bucket
Great
list.
to hear.
Done.
That's about it.
great
That's all
to
that's
hear.
changed.
I specifically remember you saying something that probably came back to make you wonder about your life. You said, I don't really care if we're playing indie coffee shops or we're opening for Bono as long as we're connecting with people. And then
Did I say that?
Yes.
Damn.
And then all these years later, you were opening for Bono. And I'm like, I got to pull that tape back up.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
man.
it's so great.
Yeah, we have, ups and downs just like everybody else. Any job you get, when it gets good or better, it feels great. And, the record doesn't do as well or you get a bad review or something, it sucks. But yeah, that perspective is key, I think. I remember driving up to Seattle from Denver with Ben on a road trip in 2004 with my little brother, Micah. And I had a guitar and he had a shaker, I want to say, an egg that he always carried around with him in his pocket, which looked so weird. And we stopped at a coffee shop somewhere in, I think, Bend, Oregon. Is that close by here? And we just walked in, and I asked the guy, I was like, yeah, I'll take a small coffee, and can we play some music here? And the guy's like, yeah, I don't give a shit, whatever. And that's where we started. That was our gig. That's what we did. We made like $6, and I don't think we're making anything today. Are we getting paid for this at all? They pay you or anything?
I think it's time
We
for
get
more
paid
music. Really, thanks for doing this, and
Yeah.
congrats to all the success.
Thank you, man.
We really appreciate that, and it's great to see you guys. One more time, the Fray.